Greetings, Earthlings. Today, light spray day. Usually it's a lot worse than that. It's still March, and I wanted to do an update on my SSKI symptoms, which means the SSKI is working. My neck is still all jacked up right here. It's getting better, but it still hurts. My face is still all fucked up. That's gonna be a thing for quite a while, which is fine. For the last 2 days, the glands in my throat on this side of my body, especially right here, and in my throat, are swollen. The back of my skull right here, in a different spot, is also swollen. If I didn't know any better, I'd think I'd had some kind of pneumonia. It hurts to swallow. Hot liquids, especially teas, definitely help with that. As the SSKI works its way up your lymphatic system and your spine, or down, whichever way it goes, I think it goes in all directions, you will notice that your glands will get swollen, and then the swelling goes completely away. Completely away, and it doesn't seem to come back as long as you're staying on the SSKI, or if you're nearing the completion of the detox, a maintenance dose of Lugol's, which is about 5 drops of an SSKI per day. I'm not anywhere close to that. I've heard people who just had Morgellons, no electronic harassment, just Morgellons, say that they stayed on the 60 drops of an SSKI dose for 6 months and then went down to Lugol's. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in that short of a time period, but we will find out. The joints in my shoulders are tender to the touch. It's hard to hold this phone right now. I feel like such a pussy. My energy levels are improving slowly, very slowly. It's still quite a chore to be active and get up and about and get shit done, but shit needs to get done, so there's no choice in the matter. If you can put yourself in a position where you have to do things, where it's not a choice, especially keeping your house clean or as clean as you can, or going to work, that will be beneficial for you in the long run. On days where the sky is white instead of blue, I don't go outside for the most part unless I have to, or unless I'm running errands. And I always put Vicks Vapor Rub in my nostrils, and anytime I'm outside, if they're spraying, I always have my Sinu Orega because it's very helpful. Oregano oil is very handy in any format when you're doing this detox. My lower back is getting better. My breasts are so swollen it looks like I have fake titties. I've got tranny titties that were created through hormones because I'm a tranny, but they're extra huge right now. Looks like I'm pregnant in my tits. Another thing is that I can eat an absolutely ungodly amount of food This is how I used to be. When I was growing up, my metabolism was so fast that I could eat anything I wanted, and I always stayed super skinny. Then, as the infection began to take hold, when I was around the age of 26 or 27, I started putting on weight. And at one point, I got up to my heaviest, which was probably about 160, which in my opinion is absolutely unacceptable. I do not hold weight like a woman because I'm not a biological female. All my weight goes to my gut. Now, I can eat an ungodly amount of food, and after I eat, I look kind of pregnant, but the next day it's gone. I'm still very bony and underweight, even though I am literally eating all of the time. Like, I've never eaten this much in my entire life. I don't really like eating that much. It's pretty gross most of the time, but I have to do it. So that's another thing. There's some way that the infection prevents you from putting on weight. That also means I'm in a perpetual state of being cold. No matter how warm it is, I'm freezing. It's like basically 70 degrees today. I'm wearing boots, jeans, a turtleneck, a sweatshirt, and a vest, and a chemtrail hat. So this definitely affects your metabolism. But I have heard from other people that as the infection clears up, the perpetual state of being freezing goes away. One interesting thing to note is that at night, when I'm sleeping, which I've gone from about 3 to 4 hours of sleep every night to between 5 and 7, which is more than I've ever slept in my entire life. I typically have only ever slept between 4 and 6 hours a night. I don't really need that much sleep. I think too much sleep makes you lazy and dumb. But I appreciate the extra hours. Anyway, when I'm sleeping, probably because of active denial, I get really hot. So, it's the opposite of how I typically feel during the day. That's about it. Thank you very much.